Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So on episode 7 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I want to get into Stormy and Destiny's altercation. Stormy says that Destiny was mocking her accent, but what we didn't know is before this whole Galantine's dinner, Destiny texted Stormy and asked her for some money. Destiny wanted Stormy to sponsor an event she was having. So at the Galantine's dinner, Stormy thought her and Destiny were in a good position. And I won't say they were friends, honey, but they were in a cordial state where they could be in the same room together. So if you're asking what sparked the altercation between the two ladies, I will say this. Stormy was again upset with Destiny for mocking her accent. Stormy says it is hard for her to be in a girl group setting, and she has struggled with this from her childhood, and it stemmed from her growing up being an only child. So I don't believe that Stormy has an actual real beef with Destiny. Even after all of this has happened, I still don't believe that Stormy has any real beef with Destiny. But I do believe that the energy between Destiny and Melody is what was making Destiny upset. There was a lot of things that needed to be said, but neither one of the ladies really said it, and Stormy was kind of that middle person. So I do believe that the energy between Destiny and Melody is what was making Destiny upset in the first place. And I also believe that the number of hours it took to film that particular scene with all the ladies at the Galantine's dinner was very long, and so that contributed to the energy of the room that night too. So I'm about to play a short video of Stormy's side explaining everything that night from her perspective. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Destiny actually likes Stormy? And do you believe that Destiny's real problem with Stormy is the fact that Melody and Stormy are friends? So I look forward to reading your comments. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
You messy though. Okay, if you, hey, I'm sure at times all of us can be messy. I'm sure if I've known you for 5 years, there are moments I probably say you messy too. It's okay. But if I ain't out here causing harm to nobody, take the good with the bad. Do you have the same hairstylist? No. Kiki didn't even say much at all. Agree. But what I can say is that I was excited about being at the Galantine event. When I got there, I walked in, I spoke, I complimented the decor. And my energy was good until it wasn't good, and that was after there had been multiple shady things done and said, and I was just over it because I didn't come for that, and I was over it. But anyway,
this particular episode, y'all, I be asking all the damn questions. Let me tell you something about that night. So that night, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I knew I was going to an event. I knew, it was one of the cast was starting an event. I almost want to say I don't remember it being knowing who. I just know that I was invited, and I was like, sure, girl, I'm gonna pull up with you. Let's go. So I was like, okay, cool. So I wasn't prepared for like what was going on. So most of the conversation, I know I sat there and like, oh, okay, it's cool, And we had been there for some fucking hours. We had been there so I breastfeed. We had been there so long that my damn titties were getting hard. I had to go relieve them. And after hours of being like, no, you talk. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. I was like, what? Can I ask a question? Kim was like, go ahead, girl. Listen, like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? Everybody already know, like, you seen the scenes where Mel, if you watch the show, you seen the scenes where Mel has told me overview of, hey, I don't, I'm at a Discord with Destiny right now, her XYZ. That's all I've gotten. Like, she don't talk negatively about anyone on the cast with me, because we're friends outside of the show. And I'm cool with that. I respect that. So when I was asking Destiny, like, what happened, I really wanted her perspective. And I was hoping that, like, she could tell me. And even in that gap, that wasn't a fluid, like, conversation. It was like a bite from here, then like a little gap, like pieces missing, then a bite from here, and it was like a little gap. So y'all still didn't see the whole conversation. And so in that conversation, like, she started mocking the way I talk. Like, but yo, that was up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, because I'm so, like, sensitive. Not sensitive, that ain't the right word. But I'm so, like, always, I hate when people try to come at people's accents as if it has a thing to do with a level of intelligence. Like, look at what I've done in my life. It clearly has nothing to do with intelligence. So that kind of just escalated to, like, her standing up. And then I said, you know, you don't have enough to come at me like that. And what I mean by that is you mocking me. I even said it. I'm not sure if production put it in there. I think they cut me saying, oh, so you mocking me. I feel it. I receive that. You want to be like me. If I was you, I want to be like you too. So it was in me replying to your mocking me. If somebody mocking you, and if you coming back with a 1-2, I know why you mocking me, girl. You want to be like me. I'm trying to keep it cute. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say you want to be like me. I want to be like me too, because she was mocking my accent. So if you mocking somebody, you clearly are copying them, wanting to be like them. So it was like wit. So came back with that. And so when I said, you don't have enough, I was meaning you mocking me, you mocking my accent as if there's something to joke about, as if I'm ignorant, or as if I lack some sort of level of intelligence. So guess what? You haven't done what I've done. You don't have enough to even come at me like that. That's how we got there. And it was a real moment. I'm one of them people, I have fucking walls, like, built up. They're, like, stacked up. It's high. You ain't penetrating that. Because my whole life, I grew up as the only child. When I used to make friends when I was younger, first of all, let me be clear. When I was in elementary school, I got picked on. Not picked on to the point where it bothered, well, it's going to bother anybody young. But, like, I got picked on. Like, people used to talk about my nose. People used to talk about my lips. Oh, you big little bubble little bitch. Like, I done heard it all. Oh, your nose, your mouth look like an ass. I done heard so much about that. So, like, I've gotten tough skin when it comes to that. But being that I know how people are, like, growing up, I was the only child, and I always kind of, like, wanted that, like, sister, sibling, you know, type of relationships with, like, females. And so I would make friends, and then I made friends with, like, this group of sisters. It was, like, 4 of them. I will never forget this to this day. It was 4 of them, and I was like, yeah, that's, like, they're, like, my tribe. And at school, one of them was like, oh, we don't really like Stormy. Like, we just deal with, we use her for her car. And ever since then, I wouldn't even say ever since then, but, like, that was, like, one of the things, like, early on, I was like, you know what? Wow. And it got to the point where I, like, filter people into me. Like, especially now. Because, you know, the saying, like, oh, you got a lot to lose. I feel like I'm going to always have a lot to lose, but I'm going to always have more to gain. And so, like, now when I have to deal with people, I don't call people, like, friends very quickly. And then on top of that, like, I can know somebody since, like, 2016, and they still haven't penetrated, like, my zone. So coming into a show, everybody expect you to just be open to anybody because y'all are castmates. But I came into the show with my real life energy. And my real life energy is, in real life, I won't let this person in that easily, and I'm not going to do it now. Just because, like, that's who I have been conditioned to be over the years. I have people who I, you know, now call a friend, and even then, I'm still not quickly available. And I think that's something I may need to work on. But on the flip side, it has kept me safe for a very long time. And it's like the normal for me. So that's kind of how I am. So to give context, like in love and marriage, like if you ever see me being like, I don't know, or I'm gonna ask questions, I'm doing it because I'm just trying to feel the whole vibe out. Because I never want to be put in a situation as an adult to be like, oh, hey, like we're good, and then it's all the game. Because when the camera, like, people don't realize when it comes to like filming and production in real life, it gets to the point, I'm gonna be transparent, me and Tiffany have looked at each other and be like, is this real life or what the fuck going on? And I still don't be knowing. So the scene with us at the damn restaurant, when I said I'm getting to know you, it was because, like, shit, I don't be knowing if, like, you cool for real or you want me on some bullshit tomorrow. Like, I really don't be knowing. So it's kind of like one of those things. And I personally feel like I am what love and marriage started out to be. Like, I feel like I'm the epitome of that. Like, I'm gonna say it to the end of time. Like, my life is what you would think would be showcased on Love and Marriage. So people be like, oh, why don't we see more of this? I'm not a producer. You know what I'm saying? I show up for call time. And that's what we do. So as far, I you know, hopefully, I'm almost positive that as the season progresses, you'll get to see a lot more of, like, my life. And more about me on Love and Marriage, y'all. I know I see a lot of people come in saying, oh, like, but what does she do? What she know? Oh, I'm a CEO and founder of Canvas Beauty Brand. Okay, my website is www.canvasbeautybrand.com. My products are in Walmart, Sally's, Target, CVS, a lot of OTC stores, and others. And that's what we do. I've been working on my brand forever. I came up with no help, no attention, just off my grit, my hustle, my grind, and my knowledge, and just going really, really hard. I didn't have a platform to put me on. I did it on my own. And that's what I do. I have a husband, been together 13 years, recently did IVF. I have a baby boy named Chess. I'm gonna bring him out later. And not just me trying to understand what the hell going on within the group. Because the truth of the matter is, it's easy to want to sit there and not say nothing. But if you're trying to figure out what the you walking into and what's going on, you have to ask questions. I'm a firm believer of there's no stupid question except for the question that's not asked. So when I want to know something, I ask a direct question. I don't ask anybody else. I'll never ask anybody else. And if I do ask somebody else, I'm going to ask the person that I'm going to ask the other person too. Because I feel like, and I know from experience, that's the only way that you stand a chance of getting the answer that you want, by asking a direct question. And I love direct questions because it allows me the opportunity to give direct answers without there being bullshit in the meantime between them. After that fucking night, I came home, I said, God damn. Truth be told, my husband was in the parking lot. He said, damn, y'all was loud in there. What's going on? I was like, bitch, I got into it. I said, God damn, Courtney. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be real transparent. So every time when I realized I was gonna be filming, when I say I'm a ghost, I'm a ghost. There ain't nobody for real outside of people who hair I used to do who could pretty much tell you anything about me. And they really still can't tell you anything about me because I've never been open to people who have not penetrated my vortex, and I really don't allow that to happen. So when I say I'm a ghost, I really mean people don't know. They don't know me. That people think, oh, they know that I'm positive. They know I manifest things. They know that I have had great success in business. They know that my mindset is powerful. But they don't know. Most people don't know what I sound like outside of commercials. Most people don't know what my conversation be like with friends, because I don't share that. I've never shared that. I've always been open and private at the same time. So it's kind of like always this air of mystery, and it still is. But since people got a little taste of Stormi Steele, they're like, oh, I don't think I like her. Oh my God, she's like a mean girl. No, fuck, I'm not. I've never been a mean girl in my life. And the conversation with Tiffany, people like, oh, she a bully. Like, what the fuck you get bullied for? Bullying is on the internet trying to come from my damn nose and my lips, but I'm cute. That's bullying. Bullying is not me saying, girl, I zoned out like 5 minutes ago. And a little backstory, the same week I met, at the Galantine, Destiny called me that week. And she was like, hey, girl, I'm doing a sponsorship. I wanted to go call you because I'm going to send you a text message about it. And I was like, go ahead, girl. I had already sponsored one event. So she texted me, I think it was that Monday or Tuesday. I think maybe Monday before the event. And we looked at it. I don't even know if that event is still happening either. Because when I went to the event website, there's no date or anything. I don't remember being a date on the sponsorship. But anyway, like, I send stuff like that, especially when it's high-ticketed stuff. Whenever somebody come and approach us for sponsorship, we always try to do the highest option available. Because it just kind of, you get the most deliverables with that. And then just our company culture, that's what we like to be able to do. The highest package for the sponsorship that Destiny was wanting was like $15,000. So when I sent it over to my VP, she said, no, ma'am. She was like, we're not going to do this one. She would understand. I understand it's like a castmate from the show, but she said it doesn't align. She said the deliverables are a bit vague here, and we're not gonna do this. And I said, okay, that's totally fine. Went back to her. I was like, so the talk like these, we're not gonna do this at this time. And of course, you know, the whole time, like, her and Mel have the situation, and then I'm thinking because I came with Mel, there may have been like some weird energy. I don't know. So it was like tension around the board. Like, do she think like I didn't want to do sponsorship because it is, or etc. And then even in my mind, when she mocked my voice, mocked my accent, in my mind, so you can know where I was at, I'm like, she was just asking me for a sponsorship this week. How can somebody you want to sponsor something for you so easily start marking them? Like, if it was something that I said that she didn't want me to say, it could have been like, Stormy, I don't want to have this discussion with you. Like communication, I would have been like, I feel that, I received that, you know, I was asking you because, but it was never like that. It was just like, ask your friend. And then what y'all didn't see was bits and pieces in between. I was saying I have already talking to her about it. Not talking. I've already spoken with her about it. And, you know, she didn't like tell me all the details. I said she doesn't speak negatively about y'all. Like, I knew, like, she's told me about the situation, but Mel has never been like, you know, no personal stuff about anybody. Like, she's clear not to do that. Like, it's just more so like, this is what happened, this is how I'm feeling. It's not negative conversation like this is that. Personal information. It's never been that. So I was making it clear, like, we don't go that deep, so that's why I wanted to ask you. So that was communicated, but it was so chopped and screwed, that narrative didn't come across. So even in my mind at that time, I'm like, you were just asking me for a fucking sponsorship and the highest tax was $15,000. Like, why are you mocking me? Like, am I, like, you can't just say, I don't, like, just more clarity, like, not I'm like, so it was like a lot going in my brain. I'm like, damn, she's mad. And then I know when she first came, I kind of hit this move. I was like, and then she said, like, the camera didn't get there. I don't even know if she saw me, so I just kind of didn't take it to heart. So I was like, oh, maybe she didn't see me. Next, move on. So it was like a lot of energy for the whole day. It was a setup, child. It probably was a setup. Are you both cool with each other now? No, Destiny and I are not cool. I can have a conversation with anybody. Like, I don't have a problem with Destiny. I've never had a problem, didn't have a problem that night, will not have a problem moving forward.